folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about a little bit of an update. It has been a while since I've updated you guys on this channel, so I thought it would be about time to kind of dive into the ongoings in my transition and my sort of surgery progression. So as some of you may know, if you've been following this journey, my surgery is in T-6 days. It is currently, May 30th, and my surgery is on June 5th. So I wanted to talk to you about a few things that have kind of changed or developed in the time being. I had my pre-op appointment on April 29th, I believe, end of April. And during that appointment, I added a little bit of something to my list of surgeries. So during my consultation, my initial consultation a few months ago, I asked my surgeon if it was possible to do any kind of hip masculinization surgery as well. And he kind of talked to me about it. He took a look at my hips and he was like, no problem, that would be easy. If you want to do it, it's gonna cost this much. So I left there being like, that's a lot of money. I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if it's a good idea to do it all at once or to wait and do it separately. And I had a lot of things to think about. So I didn't make any decisions on the day of my consultation. So I talked to my girlfriend a lot about it. I talked to my mom about it. I kind of, as time progressed, I sort of became more and more aware of my hips. Like, I guess there was a part of my brain that was like, okay, the boobs are almost dealt with. That's something we can kind of move on from. But then there's also this. And my hips have always been a source of huge dysphoria for me. Like, I've always really hated them. Even before I knew I was trans, before I associated them with my female shape, all this stuff, I just always was like, ugh, I hate these. My hips are kind of a thing, like, they're like the saddlebags. They're not like my hips. Like the crease of your butt and it kind of sticks out and then your fat goes around it. That is what makes me want to rip my legs off. So on the day of my consultation, I went in and I was like, so do you happen to still have the possibility or the time available to do hip liposuction? The nurse kind of left and she checked the schedule and whatever. She came back a few minutes later and she was like, lucky enough, we actually don't have anything booked after your top surgery on that day. So if you want it, the time is yours, you just have to make the decision. And so I looked at my mom and I was just like, oh fuck, now I have to make this decision. And I was like super nervous because I knew it was something that I wanted. Like I thought about it and I knew that it was probably best to just go for it all at once. So then and there I made that decision. It wasn't super impromptu, like I definitely did put a lot of thought into it beforehand, but I wasn't going into that appointment thinking that I was gonna get that time slot. So I am 6 days out from surgery and I have been doing a couple of things here and there to prepare and to kind of get myself ready as much as I possibly can. And I thought it would be maybe helpful to kind of talk to you guys about how and what I've been doing to prepare. So one of the things that I've been doing is I stopped smoking weed. It's been probably like almost 2 months, maybe a month and a half since I've smoked anything. That makes me sound like I smoke an array of things. But yeah, I'm a regular recreational cannabis user. I think it's great. I love weed. It's awesome. So I spoke with my doctor about like using cannabis and like yes or no, is it possible, whatever. And he said, it's really the nicotine in cigarettes that is the problem, so that you want to stay away from that. And I'm like, cool, I don't smoke cigarettes, that's nasty anyways, no problem. But with that, he also said, if you want to just be safe, like just to cover all your bases, don't smoke anything. And I was like, ah, fuck. But the reason is that smoking things, and specifically the nicotine, it can inhibit your body's like ability to heal. So basically it puts you at a higher risk of your nipple grafts not taking and like falling off essentially. So I'm really trying to protect the nip. I want to have some nice nipples, so I'm not smoking anything. And from my research, I have to double check again, but just to be on the safe side, I think it'll be another 2 or 3 weeks after surgery until I can like smoke anything again. Another thing is, as of 10 days before my surgery, I've cut out a bunch of different things. So one of those things is alcohol, mainly just because this list, I have a list of things that you should stop consuming or taking within 10 days of your surgery. Most of them is because they're blood thinners. So you don't want to go into a surgery with thin blood. That's kind of fucked up. You could bleed out on the table and not trying to die. So the things that kind of applied to me were alcohol. I like to drink. I mean, I'm not getting drunk every day, but I like to have a beer every once in a while. So I haven't had any alcohol since, you know, a few days ago, and I'm not gonna be drinking up until my surgery. So things like Advil, alcohol, aspirin, ibuprofen, whatever. And then on here, there's also garlic, green tea, and cinnamon. I've been avoiding these things on this list of things to avoid because I want to try to follow all the rules as much as possible. Another thing that I've been doing is just going to the gym. I've been working out consistently for a really long time, but I've kind of changed it up recently. I've been focusing a lot more of my attention on my chest and my shoulders. I know that I'm not going to be able to do a lot of shoulder exercises or chest exercises for a long time after my surgery, so I want to have as much muscle there as possible because I know I'm going to deflate. Another thing that I've been doing is curating a list of shows and movies that I want to watch. I know I'm gonna be pretty restless, but I'm also kind of excited to dive into this list of things to watch. My beloved mother got me this like pregnancy pillow because just sitting and laying and being in bed a lot is gonna probably get uncomfortable after a while, so this thing is hopefully going to save my ass and make me super comfy. Also, it has a pocket. I can put my phone in here. I've also been practicing sleeping on my back. I am very much a stomach sleeper, a side sleeper, so I've been making an active effort to like put pillows under my knees and lay flat on my back and like try to sleep like this. And for the most part, honestly, it doesn't last for the whole night, but I do fall asleep this way, and I've been trying to condition myself to like get comfortable with that. I suffer severely from FOMO. Having this surgery early June is rough because June, as we all know, is Pride Month, and in Toronto specifically, there are so many things that are going on during the month of June, and it's all about like being like huge and loud and proud, and I know that I can't partake in a lot of that, and I know that even for like just the weekend of Pride, I know it's gonna be rough. I might not have the stamina to be out and about the whole time. I need to just be aware of the fact that I might not be cool to do all the stuff that I want to do, and that's gonna suck. I feel bad asking for help. I know that the amount of help that I'm gonna need is gonna be on some new level. Like, I'm gonna need, can you pass me my water? Like, I hate that I have to do that, but I have to do that, and that's okay. But there's just a part of me that's like, I don't want to ask, you know? And it's, I just feel a little meh about it. I think that's it for how I've been preparing. This is like a really long, rambly video. I know it's probably lost a lot of your attention by now. Anyways, thank you guys again so much for following along on this journey, and I will be vlogging, trying to vlog as much of the surgery as I possibly can. The prep and the aftermath and everything like that, I'm gonna try to take you guys through the whole experience as much as I possibly can, so please stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, and the next one should be June 5th, so wish me luck!